Welcome to the Veterans Voice, where we highlight programs and services that support our veterans. I'm Tim Stroud, and this is Colton, the Wonder Dog. More and more Americans know about post-traumatic stress and how it affects veterans, their family members, and the community. Thankfully, we have organizations, groups, and companies stepping up to give them the resources that they need to get on their road to recovery. And we're joined today by Leslie Taylor from UT Health's Contribution. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. First of all, you've got a huge title of where you guys are. So tell everybody exactly where you guys are located within the system.
Sure. We're UT Health's Trauma and Resilience Center, and we're part of McGovern Medical School, and we're in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences.
Whew, it's a big title, but even bigger is your mission to help out veterans. So many of our veterans, they transition out of the military. They take off the uniform, but they don't get their chance to take off all of the baggage that came with them, and they transfer that into the community and with their families. You guys help them on that road. How do you guys do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we help them unpack that piece of it. So we offer counseling and we offer psychiatry. And so we offer a number of different therapies and therapeutic approaches, not necessarily just for the veteran, but for their family and family members.
We're going to get back to what we're talking about with the family members, but let's talk about that first part when you talk about the counseling. Is that one-on-one? Is that a group setting? Is it outside skipping rocks and doing a prayer circle? What's going on?
Sure. So we do office-based counseling, and we have master's level social workers or clinical social workers and then licensed psychologists. And so they come in and do a one-on-one therapy session.
All right. And you were talking about family members. Some organizations say it has to be a spouse, but when you say family members, what is the definition of a family member for UT?
Sure. So it can be spouse or it can be one of their children. If they're having difficulty transitioning with someone being back in the home after they've been gone or have questions, so we help with them too.
You know, it's really tough on the family, especially the kiddos, if they served with, because, you know, let's face it, they're shadow warriors. They serve when mom or dad, or sometimes both, when they serve at a duty station, they hop from place to place and they make friends as quickly as they can. Yeah. And then they get uprooted and they taken into a different community, and they have to make those bonds again very quickly, so that transition for them is not as fluid as it is for our veterans. And so what do you guys do for those kiddos?
Sure. So they may need help just adjusting to a new life or a new school. And so we'll talk with them about self-image and having a positive belief about themselves, being able to talk with other kids and make friends again, and then learning about kind of our lifelong relationships and how to maintain them.
Ooh, I like that. You know, when I went into the military, let's face it, I had a little bit of stuff going on in my life, so I took some post-traumatic stress inside the military with me. This didn't magically disappear when I got out of the military, and so I had to take some steps as well. And I looked at equine assisted therapy, canine therapy, and I also talked to a counselor. Some of our veterans don't want to go to the VA, even though they've got great resources, but you guys fill in that gap, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't look at discharge status. We just want to see if you've served or one of your family members have served, and then we're happy to serve you.
Oh, that's awesome. And I've been at your facility. I know that you're filled with a lot of veterans, family members, and a lot of patriots that love to help. So thank you for what you guys do down there.
Oh, thank you.
After the break, how to serve those who serve.
HCC. So many locations. So little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
HCC's online college is officially open. This not only means online classes, but also online degrees and certificates. You can now credential up anytime, anywhere. Join the fast-growing number of students getting their full college education from anywhere they use a laptop. HCC currently offers 32 fully online degrees and will offer 71 next year. You no longer have to find a way or time to get to college. HCC brings college to you.
HCC is easy to get to. It's easy to apply and easy to become a part of.
Once you finish your 2 years there, you can transition into a four-year university or go into the workforce.
It's affordable, it's accessible, it changes lives.
Welcome back to the Veterans Voice. So many organizations and individuals want to assist veterans as part of their mission. Serve is an organization that helps them do just that. Jay Kopic is my next guest, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the organization.
Well, thank you for having me on, Tim.
I appreciate it, Jay.
First of all, SERVE, it's an acronym, stands for Southeast Resource Veterans Effort.
Holy smokes, it actually means something.
I know, we have to have it mean something. But the origin of the group started almost 4 years ago, August of 2015. I met with some folks that I was very close to, but they didn't know each other, and both of them ran in the Veteran Service Organization circle, but not in the same one. So I figured, why not introduce one to the other?
Right.
And what I found out was they didn't know each other, and they didn't know about each other's services. And so I got a brainstorm of, well, wait a minute, let's see how many more
Absolutely.
we can. And I had fortunately been working with a couple other groups just accidentally. And so all of a sudden I had 4 or 5 of them in the same room. And so they started networking, and we grew. And today we're a little over 50. We meet once a month, but our entire operating process is, how do we help veterans in the greater Gulf Coast area?
I love it.
Yeah, how do we get them to not have to travel so far, but have the benefits of what's happening in Houston, down in Galveston, Lake City, in South Brazoria, or would that be East Brazoria County?
Yeah, and you're not only just the connector guy for the organizations, you connect the veterans to those benefits, and you only do case management. So walk us through that process. So if a veteran is in need, whether they're going to school here or in the greater Houston area, what happens?
Well, with the process, what we have is that SERVE itself is just an umbrella organization.
Okay.
We're not a 501c3. We don't collect dues. We don't charge fees. So what I'm able to do then is, Easter Seals offers a specific program.
Mm-hmm.
Wounded Warrior offers a specific program. They're not in the group, but I'm using them as an example. But if a veteran comes to me and says, hey, I need X, I need Y, I then put it out to my group and say, hey, this guy or gal is looking for some help. Can you? Mm-hmm. And what we found out was, out of these 40 or 50 organizations, they all have their own operating budgets. They have their own nonprofits. They have their own processes that they go through. So me at the top at SERVE with my executive group, we don't have to process paperwork or anything else. I just know you, and I say, hey, Tim, so-and-so's looking for mental health, or so-and-so's looking for, whatever the process may be, can you help? And then you say yes, and then you take over from there. And so we eliminate a lot of what I would call bureaucracy and red tape,
Mm-hmm.
just simply by connecting. And doing that connection can lead to mental health. It could lead to job placement. It could lead to, we've done a lot of construction jobs, which I'm not a contractor or a construction specialist.
But you guys have done amazing
We
work.
have done. I have to say, I am exceedingly proud of everybody in the group and how they've rallied and come together just to, just to help out. We're not looking for accolades. We're looking for the next veteran to help.
And I've seen veterans like Rob Hefner roll up his sleeve and just get busy on stuff, and guys like Donnie Dolphinball. But you don't have to be a veteran. You can be a spouse, a family member, or like you're an honorary admiral.
I am an
right?
honorary, correct. But it's not about.
Hold on.
I have to let that go because everybody's picking on me about it. But yes,
you're a patriot, and like so many others in the group. You didn't serve in uniform, but you're serving the community now,
Correct.
And you're making amazing things happen. Anything bright that's on the horizon right now before we wrap up?
well, we're continuing to help post-Harvey victims with their houses, and
Okay.
it's a strange phenomenon. Veterans still have that attitude of, I'm okay, I can take care of it.
Yep.
There's somebody else always more in need. And so going out and finding these families has just been heartbreaking. And that's the thing about SERVE is that, what we've learned in the last 4.5 years, and you have in your business as well, is that a veteran has to ask for help.
Right.
If they don't ask for help, we can't help them. And so this process is all about that. So these veterans that we're coming across now are finally asking for help.
Gotcha. And after the break, we're going to find out how veteran faculty reach out to veteran students at HCC.
HCC. So many ways to learn, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
We have academic programs that help students get from high school into a university. And the data is very clear that students that take the path of a community college finish in far higher numbers than students that start straight into a university experience. our students can achieve a baccalaureate degree in multiple fields from the universities in the area without ever leaving Houston Community College.
HCC. So many reasons, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
Welcome back to the Veteran's Voice. The appreciation that HCC extends to a veteran and their students is felt beyond just VMAS and their services. Helen Graham, she is the chair of Philosophy, Humanities, and Library Sciences. She's going to join us today and describe how they do just that.
How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for showing up for the show today.
Sure, thanks for having me. So, Philosophy, Humanities, Library Sciences. What is truth?
Ooh, you're not asking me because that's going to be like 12-hour discussion,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
From one veteran to another, right?
Exactly. So we talk about that in our philosophy courses. And humanities, of course, is the study of cultures. And with Houston being as diverse as it is, it's really important for our students to understand the different cultures that they deal with. And library sciences, I think earlier you asked about the Dewey Decimal System.
I did.
Today we know it as call numbers.
You just
Same
gave me lemon
thing.
face. You went,
okay.
And I'm down with the Dewey Decimal System.
Right? Call numbers. And so there we teach our students how to access, evaluate, and document sources.
I remember back in the day, you get the little card and you check it out. I probably have some fines somewhere, so don't go checking on my history.
I won't.
Excellent. Well, I love that you have everything updated here. And one of the things we were talking about was so important for veterans because they get to learn all of those cultures that we talked about in the green room and all the religions and the past experiences and the cultures. They get all this in one camouflage box, and they can transition into a civilian community and take those with them, but they may need some little refining, and that's where you come in, right?
Correct. And many of those they already learn. Our veterans are really beneficial to the HCC community for various reasons, but it's one thing to study about cultures, and it's entirely different thing to be immersed in and experience those cultures.
That's a good point.
Which our veterans they've already done that. And so they bring a whole new perspective to HCC and to our classrooms. They bring a whole new set of skill sets that we just don't really have in the civilian world. Punctuality being one.
Woo. Witness.
Okay. All right. That being one. The we mentality,
yes.
Because it's all about teamwork there. And so a lot of the things that many of our students get stressed out about, it really doesn't faze our veterans much because they've been through so much already. And so they're a huge asset to the HCC community.
I love that, and I love your passion for helping veterans, and you remind us to have those conversations that some cultures just don't have anymore in the civilian community, but you talk about those. Can you also talk about why it's important for veterans to take some of the classes that are underneath your purview?
It is. Veterans, I come from a family of veterans, especially foreign war veterans. My dad, Vietnam, Army, stepdad, Marine, Vietnam. My oldest son, Navy, Afghanistan War, and my youngest son, Army, Afghan War, and I myself, Air Force, Persian Gulf War. But one theme that runs throughout all of our experiences is we don't talk much about our military experiences.
Right.
With Veterans Voices, I was a discussion leader with Veterans Voices, and that gave our veterans a platform to talk about things that they wouldn't ordinarily talk about with their family members for whatever reason. And it's important for them to share their experiences with students who have never served in the military. And it's equally important for students who have never served to hear from our veterans as well.
I completely agree. Thanks for being on the show today.
Sure, thanks for having me.
And if you'd like more information on any of the organizations and services that you've seen on the program today, visit our website at hccs.edu/Veterans Voice. For everyone here at HCC TV and everyone at Easter Seals of Greater Houston, thank you for joining us on the Veterans Voice.